Hey YouTube family, in this video we're going to discuss who are you being? And what I mean by that is who are you being when you're trying to manifest? You're trying to manifest success, you're trying to live life on your terms. And first and foremost, I want you to watch this video, especially if you've been doing this work for a long time and you feel stuck, something's not working. Maybe you manifest some things into your life, then other things seem difficult. Okay, so in this video, especially if you've been doing this for a while and things just seem, you can't really pinpoint what's going on, but something's off, something's missing, something's not working for you. And in this video, probably 100%, I'm going to tell you what that is, especially if you've been doing this for a while. Now, if you're new at this, jump in, join the conversation, watch the video because you can kind of fast track your success when you're trying to live life on your terms. You're trying to manifest that dream life. Okay, so other than that, let's get rocking and rolling. Really quick here. In the description down below, I got links. This is where all the special ingredients are. So links to work with me, how to get in contact with me, if I can speak English. But then also we just launched a Live Life in Your Terms Inner Circle here on YouTube. So check that out. Other than that, let's get rocking and rolling with this video. So what do I mean by who are you being? Okay, who are you being? Okay, we all know that if you want to be, I'm going to give you some examples here. If you want to be a multimillionaire or a millionaire, okay, who are you being in that sense of a millionaire? We know that, okay, no matter if you want to call it live in the in, act as if, okay, if you want to call it law of belief, you want to call it your new identity, who are you being right now? It's the concept of you have to act like a millionaire right now, even if you're not a millionaire. Okay, you might know this. Okay, so what I mean by who are you being, lots of times what we're doing, and I fall into the same trap, lots of times what we're doing is we're doing habits through the day that contradict who are we being, that contradict me or you being a millionaire in this example. Okay, what do I mean by this? And this is what's really holding you back and really stopping your progress is you've done this stuff for a long time. Okay, you've already influenced your subconscious mind to to basically bring you what you want, that millionaire lifestyle. But during the day, you're constantly doing habits, you're constantly doing things that contradict that behavior. Once you do something that contradicts everything, it really just causes confusion to the universe. It causes confusion to the subconscious mind. So it doesn't really know what to bring you. So what do I mean by this? What habits? Let me give you some real habits. Okay, now if you're living the end, you're acting as if, okay, you're acting like a millionaire, you're carrying yourself like a millionaire, but would you be going to bed at night listening to how to become a millionaire meditation? Would you be doing that if you're already a millionaire? Well, probably not. Okay, would you be constantly searching on YouTube how to become a millionaire? Well, you wouldn't be doing that if you're really already a millionaire. Okay. Now let's make this even more simpler. Okay. Let's make this even more funnier. Okay. You own a car right now. Your car's outside in your parking lot. If you live in a condo, it's in a parking lot. If you have a garage, it's parked in your garage. You have a driveway, it's parked in your driveway. If you have a car, it doesn't matter what car it is. It doesn't matter if it's a dream car or not, but you have a car, you're driving a car. Okay. Would you be going to bed at night doing a meditation on how to get a car when you already have a car in your parking lot? You get me on that? Like, who are you being? What's happening is, especially for you've been doing this for a long time, lots of times we get so addicted, we get so attached to all these manifesting techniques. Okay, we get attached to it. We get attached to these meditations. And I'm not saying, don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. I'm not saying that there's a time and a place for meditations. There's a time and a place for affirmations or robotic affirmations. Okay, usually when we're new, okay, it's really good to do affirmations. It's really good to do robotic affirmations. It's really good to do these manifesting techniques and listening to things all the time, doing meditations, maybe falling asleep, listening to somebody like me, you know what I mean, on YouTube, because because you're trying to get into the habit. Okay, this is a lifestyle. Okay, live life on your terms is a lifestyle. This isn't a quick manifesting technique. This is a lifestyle. Okay, so there's a time and a place to do things. Okay, but what happens is, well, once we influence the subconscious mind, once a subconscious mind takes it as fact, what we end up doing, it holds us back because we're constantly doing habits that contradict our new identity. Okay, your new identity in this example is you want to be a millionaire. Okay, but you're constantly doing habits that contradict this new identity. You're constantly walking around. Either you're walking around the store thinking, I can't afford this, or when you go to pay your bills, you have a little anxiety every time you pay your bills, or every time you fall asleep at night, you're listening to I Am a Millionaire meditation, which makes no sense if you're already a millionaire. It really makes no sense. Okay, you're not going to be sit down and go on YouTube and it's like, how do I become a millionaire? When you're already a millionaire. Once you say it, this is the law of belief. Once you say something, it has to happen to you. Okay, once you influence your subconscious mind, listen to this very closely. It has to come to you. But basically what's happening is we get in our own way. We kind of get attached to all these things that we're doing. We get attached to all these manifesting techniques. It's the same way like if you want your dream house and you already influence your subconscious mind of your dream house, but yet you're waking up every day looking at how am I going to get my dream house? Well, that's causing contradiction. That's causing friction in your mind. Rather than waking up, you already have it. Okay, this is what you guys need to do. When you wake up, you already have. You need to carry yourself like you already have it, and you have to be very, very aware of what am I doing throughout my day? Because we all have little habits and we all do little habits that contradict our new identity. And this is really what's holding you back when you've been doing this work for a while. Is when you do this work for a while, like you love this material, you love listening to it, you love learning about it, even if you've been listening to this stuff for 20 years. But what happens is we get attached to it. And that attachment is what is holding us back from it actually coming into our life. That's why I said you have to, and I'm repeating myself, but you need to listen to this. You need to get this. You have to start paying attention to what you're thinking about during the day and what habits you have throughout the day. I mean, it's like the same thing. If you live in a house, are you going to be going to bed at night listening to a meditation, how to get a house, when you already live in a house? Maybe you live in a condo. You're going to be listening to a meditation that how do I buy a condo? How do I rent a condo when you already live in a flipping condo? Okay, you're not going to be doing those things. Okay, and these habits that you're doing is keeping you stuck, is contradicting your new identity, is contradicting your subconscious mind. So then it just confuses the subconscious mind. Or when you're super attached to something, when you super want something, just that attachment causes friction, it causes force, and it basically stays away from you. Okay, remember, force negates. So it's the same thing. It's just you're doing it kind of indirectly. You're doing it when you really don't know you're doing it. So it just kind of wants to stay away from you. Then when you finally kind of let go and you let go of that attachment, lots of times immediately that thing that you want, that thing you've been hanging on to actually comes into your life rather quickly once you just finally just let it go. And the power to this is why we call this a lifestyle. You live life on your terms, or if you're manifesting, it's not manifesting techniques, it's a lifestyle. Because what happens is when you finally come to terms with this is a lifestyle. Okay, this isn't a 3-day technique. This is a lifestyle. Okay, when you look at it that way as a lifestyle, what happens is you stay in a game long enough until you figure out and learn what you're doing, but you don't give up. You just stay in the game long enough until you finally just let it go. Then you start learning, well, every time I let it go, it comes to me. Okay. But, it sounds easy. Okay. Stay in the game long enough. But some of us, we might stay attached to stuff for weeks, for months, and some of us for years before we finally just like, oh, I'm tired of thinking about it. I'm tired of doing this. And we completely let it go. Then once we completely let it go, even if you're hanging on to it for years, within 1 week, it comes into our life. Okay. And let me put a disclaimer in here too. Okay. I know now this is my personal belief. Okay. When we talk about a new identity, when we talk about the law of belief is what I say has to happen. Okay. If I'm firm, what I say has to happen. Okay. Once I say something, the subconscious mind has to obey me. Bottom line. Okay. And once the subconscious mind obeys me, well, the subconscious mind is going to work out a way for it to come into my life. Okay, that's how easy it is to switch your identity. That's how easy it is when you really come to terms with this information. Is what I say has to happen. What I say has to occur in my life. Period. Okay, I do believe this way, but I also understand that a lot of us have junk we have to go through. Okay, a lot of us we didn't have the perfect upbringing. Some of us are empaths like myself. Some of us are narcissists. Okay, no matter what reason why, we kind of live on extremes. I mean, some of us struggle with autism or Asperger's or high functioning autism, like my nephew. Even for myself, when I took an autism test, I have like personality patterns of high functioning autism, where you can kind of be like obsessive compulsive. You can be attached. Okay, you can get easily attached to things because when you're obsessed with something, you're going to be attached to it. And my nephew has Asperger's, so I tend to know a lot about it. Now, I don't know as much as my sister, okay, because she's been dealing with it since my nephew's, okay, been super, super young. My nephew is 21 right now. So, but no, I understand that we all have this junk to go through. And especially like if you're an empath, kind of the downfall of an empath is we have attachment issues and we absorb other people's energy. And when we absorb other people's energy, we take on their issues like they're our own issues rather than leaving it at bay, rather than ignoring the noise around us. And some of us struggle with we don't have frame, we don't set standards and boundaries, and we don't enforce these standards and boundaries. So I mean, life, when you live life in your terms, life is a learning curve. Okay, a lot of us we have to stay in the game. Okay, this is a lifestyle. We stay in the game long enough until we start figuring it out for ourselves, until we start figuring it out, until we finally just let it go. Okay. Even though I believe over here, and there's a lot of gurus that believe over here, well, just Chad, you just law believe as you believe it's done unto you. I believe that 100%. Okay. Once you say it, it has to come to you if you firmly and confident believe. Okay. I believe that. But also I see other people on the left side here that they went through junk in their life. It's not as easy to kind of throw everything away or let the dead bury the dead. You still hang on to it. So this is why I say you have to stay in a game. Okay, this is a lifestyle. Okay, if something's not working, sometimes life is happening for you and not to you. Okay, I've done several videos about this when I come up here to Surin. I'm in northern Thailand right now, and I'm in Eng's house, and I talk a lot about videos like this where, it's about me holding frame, having standards and boundaries, and not bringing other people's energy into mine like it's my responsibility. Me being able to kind of like being able to, it's the outside noise, and I stay on my lane. Okay, but I've noticed sometimes when I come up here, especially like Thai people, especially in Thai villages or in poverty, they tend to throw trash all over the place. And I started like, literally when I get up and make my coffee, I'm literally walking around the property like, okay, did Aang's nephew throw trash somewhere? Is their dad throwing trash all over? Why, it's like I'm attached to it. I'm waking up every day and that's what my mind goes to rather than let the dead bury the dead. It's not my place. It's not my responsibility. Make sense? I know that sounds mean, but that's the term you have to come with. But let's kind of flip back with who are you being, or who are you being in the moment? And because I wanted to kind of put that nugget in there really quick because it just depends upon our past, and we all stay in our past, Either we love our past, we don't. We love situations, we don't. We had a good upbringing or not. We're all going to have things. We're all going to have junk that we have to work through. But what you have to understand is this junk is it's happening for you to learn something and take away from it. Okay, once you start thinking about it that way, it's easier to figure out, okay, what am I supposed to learn in this situation? Okay, and a lot of, for me, like I said, it's ignoring the outside noise. Okay, it's also holding frames, setting boundaries, and setting standards. But like I said, the only way you're going to ignore the outside noise around you, the only way you're going to get good at setting frame, holding frame, setting standards and boundaries is actually being involved with it. Actually being around people that push your frame, being around people that push your boundaries. That's the only way you get good with it. Okay. The only way you get good with ignoring noise around you is being around it. Makes sense? Not running from it. Okay. When you constantly run from something, it keeps on happening, keeps on reoccurring in your life until you actually learn from it and move on. Then just let it go. Does that make sense? So kind of flipping it back and kind of wrapping up this video is, who are you being? This is what you want to come to terms with. No matter if it's your dream job, a dream salary, you want to be a millionaire, you want to live in your dream house, drive your dream car, you want to attract your SP. Okay, especially with SP work, who are you being? Okay, once you figure out who you're being, then you kind of be self-aware of what habits am I doing throughout the day in my 3D world, and are these habits contradicting my new identity? Are these habits I'm doing contradicting who I'm being right now? Okay, if I'm being a millionaire right now, are my habits contradicting my millionaire lifestyle? If I want my dream house, my habits I have throughout the day, is it contradicting me already having my dream house? Okay, if you want your SP and track your SP, okay, am I all my habits throughout the day contradicting that I already have my SP? Bottom line. Okay. Now, if you already have your SP, are you going to have habits of being obsessed and compulsed over the person? Are you going to be looking at your phone, every 5 minutes, did they text me? Well, no, that habit right there is contradicting you already have your SP. Okay. Are you going to be blowing up their phone, sending them 100 texts every day? Well, no, that habit is contradicting you already have your SP. Who are you being? Okay, if you're already in yourself, you already have that identity that either you have your SP or not. But if you have strong frame, strong standards, strong boundaries, okay, you're kicking ass in life. Okay, you're involved of things you're passionate about. You're living life in your terms. You have your own hobbies and your own friends, and you stay in this game. Okay, you stay in this circle. This is what you're focused on. Well, you're going to attract your SP without even you trying, because people's going to find you more attractive. So that's what I mean by, who are you being? Are you being the opposite? Okay, then what I just said. The opposite is you're obsessed. Okay, if your SP calls you, even if you have friends with your best friends, your break plans with your best friend to hang out with your SP, but your SP will feel that weird energy from you. Okay, rather than, like, if your SP calls you, texts you, or whatever, and they want to hang out, and you say, oh, sorry, I just made plans with my buddies. Maybe we can hang out next time. That's more attractive, you actually saying that, than you saying, okay, I can just break my plans with my best friends, whatever. Yes, we can hang out. Because that you give off this weird energy, this weird friction. Oh, makes sense. And it really contradicts who you're really trying to be. You're trying to be somebody who already has their SP. Their SP already finds them attractive. You're already holding frame and standards and boundaries. You're kicking ass in life. You live life on your terms. You live life unapologetically on your terms. That's who you want to be, but your habits you're doing is contradicting that. But other than that, my friends, I've said this many different ways, okay, to kind of give different examples so you can understand what I'm really talking about. And this is what I said in the beginning of the video. is this is something, especially if you have experience with this and you've been doing this work for a while, this is something that we kind of get stuck in. And this is something to become aware of. Are you doing this in one way or another? Because usually you are. Usually you're doing maybe several habits or maybe one habit that's really contradicting who you're being. It's really contradicting your new identity, your new self that you are right now. Okay. Does that make sense? So other than that, my friends, thanks for sticking around. Comment below if you have questions about this. If you have if you have a question, you know what's going on. Maybe you have a habit you want me to kind of analyze and look at and comment too. Or if you see it a different way, comment as well. If you don't believe what I'm saying, comment as well. We can kind of chat about it and chat it up or do something like that through YouTube. But anyway, remember to check out the description. That's where all the secret nuggets are. That's how to contact me, work with me. Plus, we just open up the community, live life your terms here on YouTube. So you don't need to leave the platform on YouTube. So we made it really easy. So check that out as well. Remember to comment below. I love you guys. Hang in there. Don't give up. Live life on your terms. And I'll see you in the next video.